predictions today when we read. Has anyone heard that word before? What does it mean, Savannah? Okay, so it's a guess on what you think might happen in what? In a book, right? Or a story, right? I can sit and watch TV, and anytime I'm thinking in my head, oh, I think that's what's going to happen next, or oh, I think that girl is going to do this, I'm making a prediction while I'm watching the movie, right? So we do it with movies, and we do it while we're reading, okay? And the reason we're all working together on this today is because when I was reading with you during our reading test, I noticed that some of you had a little bit of a hard time making predictions. And so I want to work on it with you today because I want you to be really confident going into 3rd grade on making predictions. Okay, George? Okay. So just like Savannah said, a prediction is a guess about what you think will happen in a story. So let's read that together. A guess about what you think will happen in a story. And our goal today for making predictions, let's read this. I can make predictions when I read based on what I've already read and pictures from the book. So when we're making predictions in the story, we always want to think about what we've already read, and we can also use the pictures to help us. What pictures we've already seen, okay? So keep that in your brain. Good readers make predictions before and during reading. So if you think about before you even open a book, what do you think you can use to make a prediction before you even read it? Try not to look at this yet. What do you think, Savannah? Okay, so maybe you think, but what if I said you can't open the book? So this is all I have to look at, just this. I can look at the cover, but what on the cover? Angels?
Go.
The name of the book, the title, okay?
You can look at the picture and then
Yeah, I can look at the picture. So just by looking at the picture,
Esteban. Actually.
it needs to stay that way. Okay, just by looking at the picture, I can already probably start making some guesses about what I think might happen in this story. Okay? So if we look down here, it says before reading, I can look at the title and the cover, and then what do? I think, what do you think will happen? And I make my prediction. Okay? So I'm going to give you this book, and I don't want you to open it up yet. I just want you to look and see what you think might happen in this story, and only use the title and the cover. What's the title? Noise in the Night. Okay, so put on your making predictions random thinking. So what do you think might happen?
First.
Did everyone hear that? Okay. Does anyone agree? Okay. Ooh, so you think they're going to hear a noise and something might happen, Savannah? Where do you think they're sleeping? So, hang on. So you think they might be camping or outside sleeping in sleeping bags. Okay.
Or they had a sleepover, and I think they had a dog and he kept on barking.
What makes you think that? What do you see on the cover?
Cause like,
Did you peek?
no.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, keep going. Tell me why you think that might happen.
Cause my dog neighbor plays his friends, so my backyard. He didn't know that they were in my backyard, so I heard it from cause I leave my door open, cause I kind of sleep without my covers. I just sleep like when I close that, and I hear it.
Okay. So I noticed that Savannah and George, they sort of use something called background knowledge to make their predictions, which is good. Because she saw the sleeping bag and she thought, they're probably not sleeping in their bedroom, right? Because they have sleeping bags. So she used that knowledge and she thought, I think they're outside and they're probably going to hear a noise and they're not going to, and it's going to scare them. Okay, Ashley. Okay, so what we did, what all good readers did, is we just looked at the cover and we just looked at the title angel, and we've already made predictions or guesses about what we think might happen in the story. So we know it's nighttime, we know they're probably going to hear some noises that scare them, and we're going to have to read to find out what those noises are, okay? So we're going to move on to this part, and we're going to start reading, and we're going to make predictions during reading, okay? So good readers stop at certain points and they think, what will happen next? And what do we use to make those predictions? What I've already read and pictures. So when you're reading, you're thinking about what have I already read, the pictures, and then you're making predictions about the rest of the story. Got it? Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. When we're talking about these, here's what I want you to use to make complete sentences about your predictions. Okay, let's say it all together. I predict or I think. Because it's a kind of a guess, right? We don't know for sure. So we don't want to say, I know for sure this is going to happen. Because we don't yet. So we say, I think. Okay? You guys ready? So we're going to read. And I want you to stop on page 7. And I'm just going to listen to you read. And you're going to stop when you get to page 7 and we're going to make a prediction as a group. Okay? Are you guys ready to do that? What page are you stopping at? Okay. You guys start reading. are our two characters? Let's make sure we can say their names.
Jason.
Okay, so Manuel and Jason. Those are our two characters. Are they friends or brothers? What does it say? I think they're friends, but I don't really think that. Okay, so what are some things that they do in the tent?
What is that?
They love this tent. What do they do in the Angel? They play games. They
Finished all of it?
They play music. They invite their friends over. Yep. And on that page 7, it says they almost do everything in there except what? And eat dinner. So once it becomes kind of nighttime, they have to go back and eat dinner. Okay? So let's think about that, and then we're going to make a prediction on what we think might happen in the rest of the story, or the next thing we do. So, if I was a reader, I was reading this by myself, I would think about that. I would say, they love doing everything in this tent except sleeping and eating. And on the cover, I saw them sleeping and scooping bags. So there's some clues about what they might do next, right? Okay, so I'm going to write, because you're going to get this same graphic organizer for the next prediction, but for now we're going to fill it out together. So what has happened so far is that, what? Do you want to help me, Savannah? Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Who's they? Jason. Right? When we talk about books, we always want to use the characters' names if we know them. So Manuel and Jason love their tent. And I'm going to say, since we know they do a ton of things in it, I'm going to write and do everything in it, okay? Or a lot of things in it. Okay, so that's what's happened so far. That's all we've read, and we've seen all the pictures, and we've seen the cover, so we kind of know what might happen next. So let's answer that question. What will happen next, and why do you think that? And I don't want you to tell me yet. I want you to talk to George and make one prediction each, and it can be the same one if you both agree. And Angel and Savannah, I want you to think of one prediction each and share it. Okay? Go.
Evelyn, go.
What makes you think that? Why do you think that will So, when you answer the question why, you have to think about, well, what have I read and what pictures have I seen that would make me think that that might happen next? So, Angel, can you share what your prediction is? Okay, Manuel and Jason are going to sleep in the tent. And what makes you think that? Why? What have you read or seen so far that would make you think that might happen? Okay, so you might say because I saw them sleeping in sleeping bags. Do you agree, Angel? by saying I predict this because of something you read. What could you have read that would make you think that? Can you do that, Savannah? This side of the room. Getting a little hard for me to hear what Savannah's sharing because these groups are open. That's better. I so agree, Savannah. Did everyone hear what she said? George, were you listening? Were you yelling? I'll help her repeat it for her. So she said they already do everything in the tent. So they're probably gonna ask. Okay, do you agree? I do too. So this part we can actually leave blank because we don't know what actually happened yet. Okay? So sometimes we have to wait till we read the whole book to answer what actually happened. Sometimes we just have to read a couple more pages. So you're gonna read again until you get to page 11. What page? Okay, go.